Hey, what's up everyone? So I just wanted to make a video journal entry because it's been at least a few days, and also I don't know, just it's nice making these videos to update any of you that watch my content consistently. I don't know how many, if any at all. So, it's not coming from a place of conceitment. Is that even a word? Of being conceited? Or like a high ego, like, oh, there's so many people invested in my life and that care, like. But still, I don't know, it's just nice. I like to just let you guys know what's going on with me or how I'm doing. I'm doing okay today. I feel really flat today. I feel depressed, but not super depressed, but it's more just not feeling any emotions, or just not as strongly as I normally do, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not a good thing because I'm very disinterested in doing anything. Like, normally I would be playing Terraria on TikTok live by now, because I'd be so excited to play it. But now I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that. I kind of just want to lay in bed and just do nothing. But unfortunately, I can't do that today because I have to go get my blood drawn. And then this time I actually have an appointment, so I won't be trying to wait to get fit in. And then I have to go to the dentist to get a cavity filled on this side. And I'm going to talk to them. It's better. I think either the fill-in is shaven down or I read it's stronger material than teeth. So I think maybe my tooth is wearing down. But either way, it's a better fit. It is kind of tender or like sore. So I still should talk to them about that. But it has gotten better. But either way, so I need to do those two things. So I can't exactly just spend the whole day doing absolutely nothing. Like, I do have to go out and get those done. So, but I just really don't want to do anything. I'm just really disinterested and just, yeah, have no desire. But again, it's like the flatness isn't necessarily a bad thing. At least I'm not feeling super anxious. So I'm not like feeling one way or another too strongly. So I don't know if it's, maybe I just did. I feel like I slept decently. I slept decently last night. I still haven't been sleeping very well the past few nights, but last night I think I slept decently. So I don't know what it is, but either way, I just don't really want to do much. But I probably should play some Terraria before I go to my lab draw appointment, just for something to do. I don't know if anyone's even going to be on TikTok live, so it's kind of like, what's the point? I should probably do studies on Prolific to earn some money, but I really don't feel like doing those right now. Part of that anhedonia, that disinterest in doing anything. But at least games like I can play, maybe that might perk me up a little bit. I'm not sure. But if there's not going to be anyone on TikTok live, because it's 9:30 a.m. right now on a Monday morning, so I doubt there would be anyone on TikTok live watching anyways. So that kind of takes some of the fun out of it. So I don't know. Speaking of TikTok, someone messaged me a day or two ago. It was just checking in with me, and they brought up kind of how I've been through. It seems like I've been through a lot of struggles, and just like how it sucks that life is like that. I'm summarizing. I don't have the message right in front of me because it's on my phone. I'm recording, but something along those lines. And kind of also expressing that thought of what's the point. And yeah, that's still something that I struggle with a lot. It just like the sense of life being so meaningless, one, and then two, it just seems like one big struggle for no reason. So it's like, why even bother? So still dealing with those thoughts of just not wanting to exist. I need to censor myself so I don't get, not banned, but have this video like muted. That was really annoying. So I have to be careful with what I say. But yeah, I just still have those strong feelings of just like, I just don't want it to exist, you know? And lately it's been more active in the sense of, instead of just being like wishing to not exist in general, more like fantasizing about ways that I could not exist, and pretty visually imagining them. I mean, it's not hard to, like, with like S-word plans, I almost said it, with S-word plans, it's like once you've thought of that plan in the past, like that doesn't go away, you know what I mean? So even if you're not actively thinking of plans, you still have plans that you thought of in the past. So it's like, for me, it's easy to fantasize because I've come up with a million different ways of how I would go about doing that. So it's like so easy to just visualize it. Like even now talking about it, I can like visualize it. It'd be so easy to do, quick, relatively painless, probably uncomfortable, but then I visualize at the very least I also visualize my housemates coming across, like not seeing me for several days, and then knocking on my door, not hearing, and then having to get, the house manager involved, and then them breaking down my door, and then discovering me. And that just makes me very, very sad. I mean, it doesn't make me like emotionally sad or like guilty sad, but just, I guess I'm putting myself in their shoes, and I wouldn't want to come across that myself, I don't think it would bother me too much, but still, it's just, well, for me, like, I'm more morbid, and, I grew up watching those sites that had all sorts of bad stuff on them. Not S-word in nature. I still need to be careful with the censor. But more G-word and V-word. Hopefully you guys kind of get the context. But I've seen just lots of disturbing images online. Starting as like a young adult, or like 12 years old. So for me, that wouldn't really bother me too much, but I'm just picturing, I'm like trying to put myself in their shoes. Maybe they might be more sensitive to that. And so that just sucks. I just don't want to do that. I could go out somewhere else. Oh, my monitor. I could go out somewhere else and do it, but I would like to do it in the comfort of my home. I know that's very selfish. And it would just be easier. I mean, if you're out in public or out in the woods somewhere, someone might come across you and then stop you mid-attempt. So, and then also, then I visualize my parents hearing the news and any other, well, I don't really have any friends right now, which I don't mind. I kind of like not having friends. It's nice. I don't have to maintain relationships or friendships. But my parents coming across the news, and that would devastate them. So that's kind of keeping me from doing it. I'm trying to still find a reason to exist. Like if I had like a really good reason to exist, then it would help me face the challenges of life and, stick it through. But right now, it's just like, there's just nothing. I just don't see the point, So, still struggling with that too. And I'm thankful for that person messaging me on TikTok. It sounds like I'm not the only one with thoughts like that. And I've also gotten comments on some of my videos from other people saying similar things, or, saying that it resonated with them. So I know I'm not alone, and that kind of helps in that regard, I guess, in a little bit. Because, I don't know, I guess it's just like there's nothing wrong with me. You know, there's other people going through something similar. I mean, if you feel comfortable, and if you're watching this and you feel comfortable, I mean, if you want to share, like in a comment, or if you want to message me on TikTok and maybe share some of your experiences and your struggles with not wanting to exist, I would recommend being vague. I can fill in the blanks, but being vague so they don't censor or block your comment. But yeah, so it's just like, I'm not like I'm not like super duper depressed, but at the same time, it's just like still just lacking any sense of joy or fulfillment or satisfaction with life. So just hard. It's just hard to just, I don't know, to just wake up and struggle every day, it feels like. And that's even with like trying to practice gratitude and, you know, just trying to stay positive or look at the positive things. But it's even if like I don't have any challenges in the day, it's still like, it just sucks. I don't know, it sucks waking up and just existing. It's just so tiresome. So, but yeah, I got stuff to do today, so that'll at least keep me going. And my self-care has been pretty good. I didn't shave last night. I need to shave it. I hate when my facial hair looks like this. It's disgusting. Because I don't grow enough facial hair, one, so it's like already gross in that regard. But two, I just don't like facial hair. I just think it's gross. For me personally, not that I judge anyone else that has facial hair, but for me, it's just like, I don't like it. So I didn't do that. I didn't brush my teeth a few times this week. I've also not showered like once or twice this week. But for the most part, I've been pretty good. I am doing decent with eating breakfast. Like I have, after this, I'm gonna eat some yogurt, and I got Fruity Pebble protein bar, which is really good. I'm not supposed to eat before my lab, but I don't really care. I did arm, I went to the gym yesterday, did an arm workout, so I need to make sure I'm giving my body enough protein. So I don't care. My lipids are probably going to be elevated when they do the draw because I just ate a few hours ago, but I really don't care. I really don't care. I'm just really frustrated with the lab stuff. It just sucks. Because I was fasted last week. It would have been perfect. But that's on me, though, for being silly, a silly Billy, and getting the dates wrong and going on the wrong Monday. But I do want to eat, and then also just for my mental health. I really don't want to go like all day without eating, because then I don't want to eat before my dentist appointment in case I have to go from the lab right to the dentist appointment, and then I'm not supposed to eat afterwards for like a few, like however long it takes for the Novocaine or lidocaine to wear off. So yeah, I'm doing decent in self-care, but it's just like it's just that anhedonia that's what gets me the most, I think. Just not having interest in doing anything. So that's when that life is meaningless thing comes into play, because it's like there's just no interest in doing anything, so it's like, what's the point? So yeah, nothing too new or exciting happening with me, but like I said, it's been a few days since I last made a video journal, and so I just wanted to, I didn't feel the need to especially talk about thoughts and feelings, but more just kind of update you guys. And it's still nice to talk about thoughts and feelings though, but it's not like I felt the need to. I kind of just had more of a want to. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off here. As always, I really appreciate every one of you who watches my content. I especially appreciate you guys leaving comments under my videos, sharing some of your stories, or providing support and encouragement. I really appreciate it a lot. I do read everyone's comment. I do try my best to respond to every single comment. So let me know what your thoughts are on this video. Like I said earlier, maybe if you feel comfortable sharing some of your struggles with what I talked about, I would love to read your comments. And I guess also, I typically don't do it in these video journals, but if you did like this content, please hit that like button. It helps a lot with the algorithm, so these videos can reach more people. And also, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. and or TikTok, my TikTok account, if you're watching this on TikTok, because that also helps with we can build a bigger platform, and these videos, especially with my addiction videos and recovery videos, can reach more people and hopefully help more people. So, but don't feel like you have to. I mean, I just really appreciate your viewership just as is. You know, you don't have to do any of that stuff. So, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.